Brahmarpanam,
Brahmarpanam,
Brahmahavi,
Brahmahavi,
Brahmagnam,
Brahmagnam,
Brahmanahutam,
Brahmanahutam,
Brahmaivatena gantavyam,
Brahmaivatena gantavyam,
Brahma karma samadhina,
Brahma karma samadhina.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Next sutra, 4-11. So remember, here Krishna is not talking as the form of Krishna, but as Krishna consciousness. The Purusha is speaking to you. So Purusha is speaking from here onwards. In fact, from yesterday itself, since Gyan Yoga began. It's the self or your own Atma speaking and saying this. So what is the Atma saying? Ye yatha mam prapadyante,
Ye yatha mam prapadyante,
tam sathaiva bhajamyaham,
tam sathaiva bhajamyaham,
mama vartaman anuvartante,
mama vartamano vartante,
manushya partha sarvashah.
manushyaha partha sarvashah.
Whoever worships me in whatever form, in that form I come to them. Alright, take care of them. So this has a really deep meaning, huh? It's the Brahman consciousness finally that divided into Purusha and Prakriti, right?
Yes.
What is Prakriti?
The elements, everything.
Everything is Prakriti. If you love money, in a way you love Brahman, no? If you love another human being, whether it is your child, your spouse, your parent, whatever, you love Brahman only, no? Are you seeing the deep meaning? Yeah? Whether you do puja for a god or an idol or not at all, doesn't matter. But whoever you really love and adore, that is the way of worshipping the Brahman. Yeah? Understand that the innate desire, the deepest desire that we all have is only one, is to unite with that Brahman, because it was from that pool of consciousness we all broke out into so many millions and millions and millions and millions of creatures and whatever, things. Everybody has the same thirst of uniting from what it had broken out. Got it? So our innate thirst, whether it is for money, whether it is for a car or a house, a human being, that attraction that you actually experience is that only one thirst, really, to unite with that Brahman. Go back to that consciousness that I was a part of. That is the innate thirst. So, that is what he is saying in this sutra. That however, in whatever form, in whatever manner you adore me, I come to you in that form. So beautiful, huh? You wish for money, yeah? Sooner or later you get it. Maybe not in this lifetime, but by the next lifetime it comes to you. There is no way that you want something and it will not come to you. It cannot be that way. Every cause has an effect. It can come to you in very distorted ways. because you are not focusing on the sankalpa. You are in Vyakhya clouds. Your thoughts are all over the place. In your Vyakhya there is fear, there is insecurity, there is hatred towards something, there is love towards something. So because of this confusion cloud, I cannot focus on one sankalpa. Are you seeing this? And when I cannot focus on one sankalpa, I do get what I was wanting for, but in a very distorted form. For example, you are so feverish about money, 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 money. Yeah? But by the end of this body's lifetime, it doesn't come. By the next lifetime when you're born, your main occupation is to be the chowkidar of a bank. To be the guard of a bank. So you see all the money in the world, billions, but you cannot touch it because your sankalpa was not correct. Your sankalpa was lost in the cloud of Vyakhya. Are you seeing yesterday's points coming up? It is not possible that you wish for something and you don't get it. Not possible. Because every cause has an effect. The only issue is that we are not focused. Our focus is on the wrong things.
We have also learned that we should not have wishes.
Perfect. That is the best state. But now, in so many previous lifetimes, I have created so many wishes. Now they will keep coming to me. And they give rise to new desires or new fears, new insecurity. Because I created that karma. Sanchita is going to come to me. Yeah? So now, whatever is coming might come as being the guard of a bank, but now I have different insecurities. Again, that feverishness got kindled because it was there in that previous lifetime, or the lifetime before that, or before that. So it's just like kindling that little spark that was sitting quietly and it's become a fire. It's so complicated, karma.
In a way, it's we all know that we are in a dream, and we all know that we dream of what we think of before we go to sleep. So in that way, whatever we wish, we get in a dream, after a dream, after a dream, and that saga continues.
Perfect. Those who are in Vashishta must have got it. Yeah? You remember the levels, dream inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a dream? Yeah? It is not possible that what you want does not come to you. Not possible. Yeah? So don't say that, oh, this dukkha has come my way, I didn't wish for it. You did. You are completely responsible. You were lost in your cloud of Vyakhya, that is a different question altogether, but you wished for it. You are 100% responsible. You will definitely get whatever you adore, because whatever you adore, a human being, a thing, an insect, an animal, a plant, everything is the Brahman. Everything is that one magnet that we are all attracted to. So he says, in whatever form you worship me, in that form I manifest in front of you. That's how I come to you. And the next line is, different people worship me in different manners. Yesterday Gurudev said, if you remember the video where he said that you dream, it's okay. You don't have to like stop yourself if you're still not there, where your desires just vanish off. Yeah? You don't have to suppress yourself. Yeah? Because now you heard Gita ji say that's the best thing to do. Yeah? Not even get into that cycle of desire. But what do? It happens to me. I understand this Jnana, but what can I do? It's so difficult. I've done Ashtavakra, I've done Vashishta, I understand drop seeking. Vashishta says drop thinking. Are how? It's okay. You do not have to suppress. Suppression is not going to get you there. Huh? Yeah? The perfect translation is daman nahi karna hai indriyon ka. That brings out a better understanding. You cannot suppress any sense. Yeah? You have this craving for pani puri, golgappe, whatever you call it.
What, that's bad?
Ask Gita ji. Yeah? No, I should not.
Craving even in Mongolia. When I asked him, what do you want when you come home? He said, Golgappa.
So even these little things that do come up in you, it's okay. You do not have to suppress. Intelligently understand that I can achieve a state higher than this, where these cravings cannot bother me at all. Yeah? But I don't have to suppress myself to achieve that state. Intelligently understand, one day I will get there. Yeah? Like, even when you were playing with your toys at the age of 4 and 5, you knew mom, dad don't play with toys. One day I will get there. But that understanding was somewhere deep in your conscience. Not that you knew it in your proper the family room, living room example yesterday. It is somewhere deep in your subconscious that when I grow up like mommy or daddy, I am not going to be so lost in these toys probably. Yeah? You understand that there is a wiser level, but you don't suppress yourself. You don't purposely throw away your toys. A natural maturity happened to all of you. You really let go of those toys. You don't even remember where they are. They're probably not. They don't even exist in your life anymore. You might have one teddy bear somewhere. But still there is no attachment to that one teddy bear also that you have, right? Very natural maturity occurred. At that level also, you had this understanding in your subconscious that there is a wiser level where this attachment will break. Yes? Let that maturity happen naturally. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Lot of people on the spiritual path start suppressing their desires. No, I should not do this. Oh, I have been doing Ashtavakra for 2 years. How can I do this? I have been doing Vashishta. This is what? I'm hopeless. No. Don't go that way. Huh? Not suppression of senses, but a natural maturity will happen where you have a say over your senses. Where you can say, nothing, let go, and it will drop.
But when you suppress, you keep thinking about it.
Correct, perfect. That is why it doesn't work. Yeah? Leaving home thinking, oh, I'm going to be a sannyasi from today. It's not going to work. No, I have lots of attachment with family, I have lots of attachment with people, I have lots of attachment with all the money and things and comfort of home. Let me go away. Go, try it. Doesn't work. I'm telling you, for sure. Been there, done that. Don't get into it. Doesn't work. Yeah? Now in retrospect, it feels yes, it was good for my growth. Yeah? But where I can help avoid it, fantastic. Yeah? It does not help because it's here. It's not here. Are you getting it? The attachments are within.
But it takes you to get to that place to realize that. So you have to go through that. Then only you realize it.
Not necessarily. You don't have to leave the house. Because I felt after the 5 years, oh, I'm at that same point when I came back. I felt, what? I didn't even move an inch. I'm right there. Something I did wrong. Then that inquiry started very deep, like immense. because it was the only thing for me. Nothing else mattered. Even medicine I dropped, even studies, even a fantastic job, fantastic opportunity, money, say what, everything was there. Dropping that, going away, not moving an inch made me feel something is wrong. Wearing white clothes, not eating garlic, not eating onion, just doing seva from day to day, just that external is not enough. Here the journey has to begin. That's where I turned inwards. Are you getting it? Even if you are a karma yogi who does outside, he has to also at a point turn inwards, no? That inward turning happened at the end of those 5 years when I came back home and I saw all the attachments come back. Mom, dad, this, that, pani puri. Really pani puri. Yeah, 5 years there was no pani puri, nothing.
आज खानी पड़ेगी.
So it all comes back and then you realize, oh, what have I been doing? So don't go into that. Why waste those 5 years? For me, 5, whatever.
So when you came back and then you realized all these attachments are still there, then how did you command your senses? At that point there had to be a lot of discipline that will be needed from your part, right?
In fact, the jolt that 5 years and not moving an inch was like a big slap. That jolt was so hard that none of the senses needed any disciplining. It was like a real hard slap where you actually fell down. It was a deep cry from within. It cannot be put into words, that feeling.
In
What
a sense,
loss?
what's wrong with being attached to family? Because even family is forms of
Brahman.
Yeah.
That is why I'm telling you in this sutra itself. So you don't have to drop your husband and wife and child and money and go away to the Himalayas. नहीं जा रही हूँ मैं, बता रही हूँ, assurance दे रही है.
I thought I was close. I was close. But then you also tell that, other times you tell, why you stuck in this? Drop.
Drop does not mean go to the Himalayas.
No,
that doesn't mean leave
but
her.
this attachments,
Adrian is finding ways, huh?
these attachments.
He doesn't want to go. He wants to study.
अच्छा उसका question उसको खत्म करने दो.
So these attachments, that we're talking about, just you're saying that, don't, now you're saying this, but day before you were saying that, why you stuck in this,
Confusion, this is
mini Krishna over here, Toby.
Yoga Vasishta.
कभी पकड़ो, कभी छोड़ो, कभी पकड़ो, कभी छोड़ो.
See, that is why my question was, not everyone will have that rock bottom fall like you had. So if people are not having that, how can they have that? Since now this is something which will be not Swabhava Jnana for you because you came from a place where it was a rock bottom fall. But let's say if I want to today decide that there is something that I really like whatever, food. I really like that, but I want to eat it but not crave for it. That will require some kind of a discipline. Right? So having sankalpa is like, okay, then for a certain point, I've asked you this question before, you will be treading the lines between, is this suppression or is this letting go? Is this suppression or is this letting go?
Yep.
So how does that
you walk that
transition
fine line.
happen? Yes.
In suppression, very clearly your raga, dvesha will keep knocking at you. In letting go, you don't remember it. Now only you can go within and analyze, for his example food, for your example whatever your attachment is that knocking again and again and again and again, or really is it suddenly wiped out from the slate? Sometimes it happens, you meet a friend, I hated this person, years ago and had forgotten about this person. And now there is no hatred. Happens to you also, right? I just give an example of a friend. It could be a thing, it could be a toy, it could be your most, something you're really attached to. It could be food. Yeah. But suddenly, that attachment had vanished for a while. And now you just saw it, that memory came back. But now that attachment has gone away. So this happens to you.
But that is when you have not seen that friend. Now let's say you, day in, day out, you see that food. Right? Then what are you going to do?
Yeah, your senses is always going out, then you get attached to it. For example, you don't see any car, beautiful car, you don't feel it. Oh, I want to have it. If you see only your senses going out, then only your craving started. Right? So,
here is my
same thing,
Yeah.
if you're not going out of house, like you said, stay here, and your senses are always going out, and how to drop it.
Again, repetitively yogastha, day one.
A little bit of Sakshi Bhav also.
Yes,
Yeah,
same
yes,
thing.
I was going to say.
Yogastha equals to
Sakshi
Sakshi
Bhav.
Bhav equals to
Just being
Brahmi state.
aware, watching it go, khao thoda, jane do.
Hey, shall we?
Okay, that's what she said.
It's okay.
It's okay. I realize that I have an attachment to it, and enjoy it, and knowing that I have that attachment, and at some point of time,
Is this how you justify?
yeah, like this, yogastha, go inwards and nishkam karma. But at the same time, 1 o'clock sharp Patriots have to score like 32 points against the Bills, crush them, break some bones, knowing that it's bad.
That is Mahati Vinayati. Knowing it is bad, you still do it.
I'm confused.
I think these questions.
So I think we all are at this point. Thank you.
These questions are, there is no perfect answer for any of these.
Yes, because everybody's way is different.
Yes.
Just like he said in the
I want
sutra.
to share something.
Huh.
Since Ektaji had asked us for 1 week not to seek anything. And then a couple of weeks later she said, if you have to seek, seek it. Do it. And then don't seek. So my experience was, I did that help because I then went and did it, but while doing it, I kept observing what I'm going through while seeking it. And after it was done, I just realized that it was really, why was I seeking it? So it did occur to me, the thing is that I was observing all the time, I was still doing it, I was not resisting it.
Perfect.
And then while I was going through it, keeping an attention to why am I seeking this? And that thing came to me later. So I guess everybody has a different equation. I just want to give an example of what she was telling us to do and how that resonated with me.
Perfect.
Yeah,
this could
but-
be your way.
Sorry, Arunji.
I'll share, I think, something Subhu you said earlier. Is my experience is that if I move myself away from my mind and body, the desires seem to fade away. And I'll give an example. I'll give 2 examples. And one example is a cold shower bath that I take. Okay? And when I'm taking cold shower baths, at that time, I move myself away, I don't feel the cold. That sense of touch goes away. And I tried this morning with prantha. Gita made pranthas today.
Uh-huh.
And they were very, very tasty.
Yes.
I concur.
And at that time, I moved myself away, watching me like Sakshiva. You said Sakshiva. Okay?
Yeah.
Watching me eat it, separated myself for a moment, and I couldn't taste it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent.
Now I can feed you anything?
Don't look after that Sakshi. Gita में कोई भी Sakshi
Yeah, so what is the point here? That whatever is your little craving, yeah, we are usually not aware. We are craving for something or going after what my senses want without awareness. I'm not aware. So what the point is, become aware 100%. Look at that and then continue doing your whatever seeking it is. You wanted to eat it, you wanted to have warm water, shower. Yeah? Maybe you can start with the warm and then move towards cold, saying, I am not the body. I am not the body. I am not the body. And you won't feel it.
There is also, I think, the intensity of what you crave. Like the shower, even last 2 years, I've been taking cold water shower, and that is fine. But there are certain foods when it comes. Knowing it, I cannot, practice the same level of intensity. So it's probably,
Everybody has different levels. Yeah. Every vasana is going to have a level of impression. How deep that impression is in you.
The cold shower के बारे में I wanted to share something also कि मुझे कैसे start हुआ. This would be culprit is Aditya.
Yeah, in my case also.
Yeah, Sunabari. So when I met him, maybe a couple of years ago, so he was explaining that you take cold showers at that time. I remember that year. मैंने सोचा, this guy has wonderful hair. I said to myself, I think that's the key. That's where I start. So that got me started, and I was in pain. I was in pain for a long time because I didn't get to this Sakshi Bhav until a long time. So I was in and out, and I was in and out of the shower also. Yeah, it was like it was like for a second I was in the cold shower and I had to put it to warm. But you got me started, and the hair thing never worked. But I'm enjoying the cold shower.
So Mohit, started young, buddy.
No comfort.
My experience was, most of my Cincinnati friends know that I was sick from January to until June or so. So I was going back and forth to the hospital like too many times. And for me, separating myself from the body happened when I was poked so many times. So at that time it helped me when I was able to separate myself from the body. So that was actually a great experience because that was the time I learned. I mean, you would tell Sakshi Bhav and you're not the body, and I would tell myself I'm not the body, but I would still feel everything. So at that point, I was able to really experience that. So that was great.
What is the prognosis now? How is it?
Oh, now I'm doing great. I have no problems. Everything resolved. Everything was Guruji's grace. It was just amazing. They said I had problems with my lungs, with my digestive system, with everything. And I actually diagnosed myself pretty much because there was a certain medication that I was on, and I kept telling my doctor it's probably that medicine which is causing it, and I just stopped taking it, and then I just went and saw Guruji. Whereas I knew that at that point my energy was really, really down, and just my sadhana and my meditation was not helping. So that is when for Guru Purnima we just decided we'll go there and just be there with him. And that made all the difference. I went there, we were just planning to go there for the satsang, and then he just walked by. We were right there, and for some reason I put my hand out and he touched my hand and he walked. So, I mean, it was, that moment was magical. And then next day we were not even planning to go to Boone, but our precious red folder,
Which is right here.
yeah, So that was a yes course accounting folder that we were still struggling with, and Shruti had the folder and I had to pick it up from her. So when I called her, she said she was at the ashram. So we thought, okay, let us just go pick up the folder. And she said, I'm waiting in line outside the auditorium and you can just come and pick it up from there. So on the way, we met another volunteer who said, no, don't even try to go meet Guruji because he's only seeing people by appointments. So, I mean, we were not even expecting. So we said, yeah, that's fine. And I went to pick up the folder and there was a volunteer who came up to us and asked, is anybody leaving right now because Guruji would like to see you? So we went into this room and there were like 25 people over there. He came to each one of us, and Sid was really mad at me because I just stared at Guruji like an idiot and I said, can we take a picture with you? And he was like, I had such a good question and your stupid picture question ruined it for me. Well, his question was, how long is Guruji going to grow his beard? So I think my question was better. So he immediately, yeah, come, let's take a picture. And we took a picture, and that moment I was completely okay. And then I had 3 weeks for my lung CT, and my doctor was shocked because he showed me both the pictures, the new picture as well as the old picture. And there were multiple nodules on my lung in the old picture, and he could not find one in the new.
All this within 6 months?
Within 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Within 3 weeks.
Just the matter of taking your attention and awareness to everything that you're doing. Yeah? That is the gist of Gyan Yoga. How aware am I? Are you aware now? You just think you are aware. No, we are not really aware. We are not really conscious of what is. We are walking with a circle of sleep around us, really. We think we are aware. We think we are conscious. The moment you withdraw from these 5 senses and come to the center, that time the light really comes on. The bulb glows. That is the moment you are really aware. Again, when you get lost outside again into people, situations and things, you're back into your circle of sleep. You're constantly walking with a hula hoop around you, really. And this hula hoop, this entire circle around you is the circle of sleep. Till the time you don't break out of the circle of sleep and just establish in that center where you are, you will never be in the circle of awareness or light. And it's a constant practice. It's a constant practice of coming back to the center. A constant practice of being a sakshi. A constant practice of being yogastha. A constant practice of being in the Brahmi state. The words don't matter. It's all the same. I'm just telling you all from 3 different scriptures. Vashishta, coming back to the witnessing consciousness. It is all the same. The circle of sleep needs to be broken. You think with your eyes open you are awake, but you are not. You're constantly walking unconsciously. You know how you're walking unconsciously? Based on memory, based on impressions. You already have a memory, this is how this job is needed to be done. You already have a memory in the consciousness, this is what I need to do, sit and listen. Yeah? But the mind is not 100% in the now. Because the now is really, really minute. It's now. It's gone. It's now. That is also gone. Now. 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 Are you here and in the now? Your mind just goes away in a fraction of a second. In a fraction of a second it is gone. Itishri, you're shaking your leg. Are you aware you're shaking your leg?
No, it just happens sometimes.
See? Circle of sleep. Intense tamas. This is. Till the time you are lost in this circle of sleep, you will not be aware of what you are doing, of what you are seeing, of where you are looking. You're not aware of your own body. How will you be aware of your mind? How will you be aware of your emotions? And how will you go even beyond that and establish in the Sakshi? Not possible only. Are you seeing where I'm coming from? It has to start at the outermost layer, no? The withdrawal has to start here. Yeah? For that, awareness begins from here and goes here. Yeah? Withdrawal of sleep happens from here towards here. Awareness goes from here to here. That is why all yogis, mahatmas, sannyasis, all gods, you see the pictures, they have the halo of light around them. What does it mean? It's not just for effect, looks good. No, it has a meaning. They are constantly in a circle of awareness, in the now, again in the now, again in the now, not lost in unawareness. She was just my bakra right now because her leg was shaking. Yeah?
In the Gita also it is, I don't remember which chapter, when Krishna says to Arjuna, Muni is awake when everyone else is sleeping.
We did that last.
Asleep, yeah.
Yeah, we did that in Samkhya.
Yeah.
You remember that one? Yeah. You start looking at yourself. Are you walking in a circle of sleep? In Hindi it sounds better. Vartul. A vartul is a circle. A vartul of nidra. You're not really conscious. You're walking, talking, all unconsciously. This is just happening because of the impression. I work from my memory. Memory equals impression. Same thing. I work from my memory. That is why when something new comes my way, which is not in my memory, I suddenly become alive and aware. Have you noticed that? Something you've never done before, a new process that I make you do. Suddenly 100 bastrika. Suddenly the awareness came back after 20. My God, she's gone to 30. She's gone to 40. This is so much. Oh, my hands are paining. Suddenly your awareness came. Till then you were doing mechanically. Right? You all experienced this?
Yes. No. It was probably 30. Something's not right.
Doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. But suddenly the awareness came. For a while you were working out of the memory impression. And then the awareness came. Oh. Yeah? So when you encounter a miracle, yeah, Guruji said yesterday, what is a miracle? You are out of a regular thought pattern. That is why you think this is a miracle. Yeah? A regular thought pattern is nothing but a memory that I have stored from the past and I just reuse that same memory. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Every little thing leaves a memory behind. An impression of this room is in your head. From Bhagwad Gita, from Upanishads, from so many courses that we've had right in this room. That impression stays and you work from that impression. You know where to get up and go, which bathroom is there. That's how you work in your house, you work in your office. Completely in a circle of sleep. There is no awareness. Are you seeing what I'm saying?
That's why each one takes their own spot each time they come here.
Perfect. You sit in the same place every time you come back here. Get up right now, change. Break your sleep. Up. Yes, see, comfort zone. I know. Up.
Even on Hangouts.
Even on Hangout, change your position wherever you are. Change your position to the other side of the room. You have to just move a chair or something. Quickly.
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 She said on the other side.
Come on, quickly move around. You will not sit in the same place.
It was very funny. I was just telling Crash about this. I have to drive. I'm on the road a lot. And there are a lot of crazy drivers around me. And so just day before yesterday, I was coming back from a drive. And usually if there's somebody who cuts me off or, does something weird on the road, I used to have this immediate sense of madness. Like, what are you doing? And just the other day, something happened just like that. And the memory tells you, like, I will give that person a dirty look. Okay?
Yes.
What are you doing, right?
Perfect. Very honest.
It's true. But the other day, the same thing happened. I turned to give the person a look because it was my natural reflex. I had no emotion behind it. And then I started thinking, why didn't I just do that? So the awareness is not fully there, but I started to realize the emotion behind it is not there anymore. But the memory keeps telling you, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. So it's also disassociating yourself from the memory and the emotion.
Perfect. Perfect.
So to that effect on the memory, last night we met this lady who's got Alzheimer's. She's come from India and her son is our friend. She doesn't remember her son, daughter-in-law, grandchildren, nobody. She does not remember any of them. So I was like, how does she manage her day-to-day thing? She has the memory of how to wear the sari. She doesn't know that this is a potato, but she knows when you tell her, okay, can you peel it? She knows how to peel it. So she understands everything, and whatever she does, eating, whatever, taking a shower, is all from her memory.
Perfect. So whatever you do, that gets stored in your karma bag as memory. Yeah? So it's with events, it's with emotions that I feel towards a person, whether an emotion of love, attachment, or an emotion of aversion. I might not say to the person, but I have it stored in my memory. Next time when I see the person, what do? I open my memory and same reaction. Again I open my memory box, same reaction. Yeah? Now understand this very intricately. This is the reason why you cannot break out of your habit pattern. For example, a person wants to quit smoking. Yeah? But he cannot. Why? Because that impression of that, whatever the pleasure or whatever it was, that keeps coming back. That memory bothers him. And that memory says, no, this is good. And that memory is so strong. Yeah? He cannot get over that habit unless he breaks away from the memory. Are you seeing this? I'm just giving an example of a smoker, but it is in all your habit patterns, in the way you react to your husband or wife or your spouse or your closest family member is because of a certain memory. You will keep reacting the same way. He will keep doing the same thing. You tell him, do not put your shoes in the middle of the room. He will still keep putting the shoes in the middle of the room because he is working from a memory, and you have this particular dvesha against imperfection or that shoe in the middle of the room, and you will keep shouting for the same thing. And you've been doing this for the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, how many years ever you've been doing that. Are you seeing this? That is why we cannot get out, we cannot break out of a pattern. Yeah? So recognizing memory equals to karma is very essential.
So when I can remember names sometime, that's a pretty good thing.
It's wiped off. Memory equals to karma. Every little memory that I am nurturing for such a long time in my karma bag, yeah, it goes on becoming heavier and stronger, so strong that it can take over my resolution of I don't want to be angry again for this stupid thing. You say, no, so silly, I don't know why I lost my head over that and got all the rubbish in the world, all vyakhya after that we do. It was just that one little thing, shoe in the middle of the room. But you went to, your whole family is like this person is like this, you were born and brought up like this, you watch these movies, that is bad, you are like this in office, everything else you bring up of that person. Have you noticed?
But then that emotion happens so fast when you watch, say a particular person irritates you for some reason, and it happens every time. And when you watch, it just takes a second for that emotion to come up again.
Because it is stored with me, I am carrying the garbage. Karma impression so strong. Recognizing first only that I have this memory. Let me break out of this memory and let me do something different today. Can I be different? Take on this sankalpa. Instead of focusing on the negative vyakhya, pick up a sankalpa. Yeah? Rather than doing it this way today, can I just pick up the shoes and keep it on the side? One day he'll notice. One day she'll notice.
But if the notice never comes,
Yeah.
you keep picking it up and never happens.
So,
Again, drop karma phalam. You are saying now, karma phalam also I want. Pure action. Pure action.
No, there are different ways to break the pattern, right? Let's say a person has a habit of putting their shoes in a particular area of the room. The only way to shock that, the easiest way to shock that is already spread something else in that place. You know, anything will break the pattern if it is out of the ordinary. If you always have that clean.
Hiding it. They won't find it.
No. I mean, they're wearing the shoes and coming into the house. You are in the house. So you have to change something about that place. Where when the person goes to do that, oh. So he gets a chance to break out of his memory. And then
just keep a sign,
probably.
Do not put shoes here.
Something like that works.
So this is what Amit did to me when I went to, we have this long kriya in Sai temple all the time, and if you notice in the shoe area, there's at least 10 signs saying, do not keep the shoes on the floor, put it on the rack. And out of habit, I remove my shoes, it's on the floor, I keep going on. So this has been going on for a long time. Amit said, कितनी जगह लिखा है तेरे को दिखाई नहीं देता क्या? Now each time I go in there, first I see the sign because he broke my pattern of just entering, taking the shoes out and heading ahead. So now I notice the sign first, then I remove my shoes.
India में they are a little bit more creative. तो मैंने देखा थोड़ा sign. There was a place they didn't want people to urinate. उधर लिखा हुआ था, देखो गधा पेशाब कर रहा है.
Hindi translation. It's a translation.
Look at a donkey is urinating here.
Yeah. So, do you get it? What is the crux? The crux is I am holding on to a memory. That is why I cannot get out of my anger. I cannot get out of my jealousy with a particular person. I cannot get out of my hatred with a particular person. And my pattern continues. My same vasanas come up and they become a pattern in my life, and I keep doing the same thing. I keep doing the same thing. I keep behaving the same way. The only way is to break out of that memory. Only you can do it. So homework number 1 for today. Have you done any homework from yesterday? I'm unnecessarily giving homework.
Don't worry about the karma phalam.
He's become very smart.
So something changed, right? Some pattern
Nothing
changed.
changed. Only today she's become more aware about my smartness.
I know Nitesh is very smart. So, 2 columns. In the first column, you will identify what is your habit pattern. Whatever, anger, jealousy, hatred, even attachment, the way you are attached to your loved one. Yeah? 100 times a day you will go and say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Could be a pattern in you. I'm just throwing out some filmy examples that I've seen. Yeah? Could be anything. You observe a habit pattern in you. Yeah? Especially with your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your child and your parent, your immediate family members. With them, if you identify a habit pattern, it will be easier for you. Whoever you live with. I know some people on Google Hangout live with roommates. A habit pattern with your roommate. How you behave with him or her. Yeah? Things that tick you off. Oh, you didn't clean this. Why should I do the vessels every day? Things happen like this. Yeah. Observe your habit pattern. First column. Second, you find a way to break your memory. You got lots of examples in the room. Putting up a sign, yeah, whatever you want to do. A reminder on your phone, something that helps you break out of that memory. You have to break out of that memory. This will help you get out of the circle of sleep and come to awareness. You're constantly behaving in the same habit pattern because you are lost in your circle of sleep. Your vartul of nidra. That's the problem. You're constantly walking, talking, behaving, listening, saying, even when you're in the most heaviest of discussions with your, in office also, it's all in a circle of sleep. You're driving in a circle of sleep. When you get jolted out, suddenly a dog comes in front of you and you brake. That moment you are out of a circle of sleep. Have you noticed? 100% in the moment. Yes? That jolt brings you to the present moment. Yes? That kind of an answer you have to think about how you are going to break that memory. That which will jolt you out of that habit pattern. Please don't start making, I'm going to do this for my husband and this for my wife's habit patterns. It's not for others. It's for me. My habit patterns I have to identify and I have to break out of my habit pattern. Yeah? But the main cause you have to understand is what? Memory is because of what?
Impressions.
Karma equals to memory is equal to impressions is because of what?
Sleep.
Circle of sleep.
This is a new term, you haven't used it a lot. Next time we'll start using it.
अभी तक इतना मेमोरी डेवलप नहीं हो
मैं मेमोरी में से बात कर रहा था
रागा द्वेषा ब्रह्मण कुछ और
साक्षी योगस्थ
and the worst part is we do it in your absence too.
Swabhava.
Raga dvesha.
Yeah, so recognize in the circle of sleep now spirituality is also coming.
So when I put food on the table, can I put raga?
Beautiful.
Wait, you just said it's for yourself.
Why are you assuming I'm putting it on?
This is not personal fights here.
Why are you assuming it is for you?
Recognize. ढोल जैसे बजा रही है इधर yes for this also, yes for that also. She is here to confuse. Yo.
So what was the word you said that
Vartul. Nidra.
Like although आगे नितेश वर्तुल निद्रा.
Vartul of Nidra.
So move from your vartul of nidra to a vartul of jagriti. This is very important, huh guys? this is something that now you can really understand and figure out after such a long time in knowledge. Initially you were not aware, I understand that. You could not talk about this. But right now also, you are in a circle of tamas around you, a circle of sleep around you. Yeah, you are working from memory. Break it. Start practicing right now. I will not say something from memory. I will say something new. Let me surprise my own self. Yeah? From now start. 100% here. Here. This moment. When you are here and in the present, in the now, then you can be creative and new. If you get lost in the past, you are lost in the memory. Are you seeing this? Memory equals to past only. Memory cannot work in the present. That's how all your karmas are in the past. Yeah? When they come and knock you here in the present, if you are not in the present, again, you are getting lost in, this is the way I did then, this is the way I'm supposed to do now. I did out of raga, dvesha in my past, again I repeat the same thing. Again I repeat the same thing. Again I repeat the same thing. On the same impression, I'm going on hitting my fist, making that impression bigger and bigger and bigger.
A lot of performance coaches will tell you that at any point, average people are only using 5% of their mind capacity, 95% they're in autopilot.
Yes.
And this is the same thing.
This is exactly.
And they break that to get better performance.
Perfect. So you are in pilot. Autonomous pilot.
Autopilot.
Autopilot. Get out of the autopilot mode. Yeah, this is really perfect.